So before I can start recording, I need to move this dog and that dog. Hi, I'm Missy. Welcome to Atypical Weeks, my channel. Thanks for clicking in. This is going to be a few-part series of the different parts that I'm deciding to go ahead with in November. I am a recently retired high school math teacher. I've recently downsized, moved states, retired, all kinds of different things. I'm living here with my husband and my 2 dogs and my cat, and I'm learning what do I have to keep track of in this different location, someplace that has seasons, smaller house, don't have 3/4 half my stuff. So anyway, my system is in flux, and I went through a giant planner stack in the last video I posted, and so part of the reason to start this channel is to document the changes I'm making and why and what I've tried and what worked and what didn't. And even from that last video, there's some things that have changed, or I thought were going to change, and they're not. I'm going to keep them in my system at least through the end of the year. So that's what we're going to be going into in this video and the next 1 or 2 that I post. What is my system going to look like? I would love to know if you change your system. Do you document it? Do you have some kind of a running record of, I went from this to this, and my, I went from this kind of planner to this kind of planner, and this is why? Let me know in the comments. These are my letter size landscape calendars that I have been using since April, and I was going to switch these into my A5 rings. I even made the blanks for November for one of them, and I had some little boxes for tracking, which I almost thought I might incorporate here, but not that this is very exciting, but just you can see that there's a reason I like to track some of these in this format so that I can see. One of the main reasons I was going to get rid of them is I thought, oh, it's a good thing to put in my rings. Also that I can't really travel with this, but then I realized the stuff that I have in here, I'm not going to really track when I travel anyway. So, and also another good thing is that I figured might as well do this on camera since I'm talking through this. I've started putting this weekly list of stuff to get done. I don't think there's anything bad on there. So I get to learn how to, or remember how to blur stuff. But I've started putting that list on the front of this, and it's a nice hefty thing I can grab off my bookshelf, and I've been really successful just going through all 8 or 9 or whatever there are of these. I used to have finances in here too, but that I have moved elsewhere. But I just love these little, I'm gonna take some of these out, so I won't do that on camera, but I'm gonna just put this in here, and then I can just pop things onto the front of it. So I may change that in January, but for November and December, I'm just gonna keep where it is. This is why I like the Full Focus Planner. I decided I'm gonna stick with the Full Focus Planner for my dailies. I believe in their whole system. In fact, I really, really like their podcast. If you want a full goal planning system, it's pretty robust. I'm not going to go through all the detail. I do most of these things in some form or another somewhere, but I'm just going to be okay with not using those parts of this book. It's worth it to me to have this. My office is up in the attic in my tiny little house. No one else can stand up here. So I carry this around. This is what goes downstairs with me. I think I can show you, there's an example of today. And so while I don't need to use all their goal setting stuff, they have a great podcast focus on this. That's my preferred road trip podcast. So I have no problem with the 00 coil. It works like this just fine. If you want a full flip through, if you want a review, if you want to see when I've used this, let me know. But are you using some kind of a goal planning system? I've used lots of them, and I'm kind of cobbling things together, but there is one I'm kind of sort of using now in full. So look to know if do you set personal goals, professional goals. But for me, these are my main dailies. Again, if you have any questions about those parts of my system, or again, you want to see the rest, I'll be posting another video or two with the other parts that I'm using in November going forward, at least through the end of the year, and then I'll decide what to do for 2023. Thanks for being here. Hey, if you're a teacher, let me know in the comments. I just know that I've kind of noticed recently that there happen to be a lot of teachers or past teachers in the planner community. So if you're a teacher or you used to be, let me know what you teach and what grade level or subject. Again, I was high school math. Like the planning aspect. Miss a lot of it. So thanks for being here. Consider subscribing if you want to see the rest of what's happening, and thanks for being here. So these are my letter size, of course, with dog hair. Okay, start again. I'm going to start this whole part over.